So today I was updating my planning system and making sure that it's aligned to the latest version of the strategic narrative canvas, the framework of the strategic narrative methodology, the methodology I created for you and to help you build narrative power for your business. And I was looking at it and I couldn't help but look at the stats that I have for my business. So I started with MetaHelm in 2000, at the end of 2016. And end of 2017, early 2018, I decided that I would track my time, not to sell my time necessarily, but to better understand how I allocate it, how I allocate it to different activities in my business. And now, years later, I am sitting on a golden trove, or I don't know how you call it, but on this beautiful data set that shows me how I allocate my time and how I have evolved over time. And today I was realigning the way it's sorted out and making sure that it's aligned to the strategic narrative canvas. And in particular, I was looking at my efforts about authentic outreach. So as I'm showing here on this diagram, this is the strategic narrative canvas, the 12 practices, the 4 disciplines, and 12 practices are those 4 squares that you see around the canvas. And in particular, I was analyzing my data around authentic outreach. This practice right here consists of reaching out and aligning with your potential clients as if they are your friends, not just numbers. And there are many ways you can do this. In fact, I have a whole course and a whole workshop that lists all of those ways and that gives you tips on how to go about it. It's a selection of, it's a menu of items, it's a selection of possibilities, and you don't have to engage in all of these. But there is various ways to do this. You could cold call. I don't like this term, but basically it means reaching out to people you don't know, just people that are leads that are just a name on a list. Or you could reach out to people you know already, or you could put out your insights. You could create talks. You could do workshops. Over the years since I've created MetaHelm, I've really explored a wide variety of those techniques. And one of the things that I noticed is that I could categorize them in many ways, but one way that is most helpful to me, and I'll explain to you why in a moment, is to look at what is more one time and what is more reusable in terms of activity. What kind of activities do I engage in where I'm going to invest sometimes, but not being able to recoup more than just the outcome, where basically my time is used for something, but only maybe used once. It's kind of wasted, if you will. And on the other hand, I'm looking at the types of outreach activities that I can reuse over time, over and over and over and over. For instance, if I decide to contact somebody that I don't know and engage in a conversation, and that conversation is long, maybe it's 1 call, 2 calls, 3 calls, 4 calls, and end up not engaging this person and not embarking this potential client in my journey, in my narrative, and not turning it into a client, not converting, but I don't like this term either. That's another topic. Well, then my outreach activity has low leverage, if you will, has low efficiency. It's hard to just go with those activities, because then it's hard to scale. And scalability, and that's why I think it's important, scalability is really, really key for us in services organizations. On the other hand, if I start developing a book, for instance, even a small book or a presentation that I can reuse, that can be put in front of many, many other folks, that I can also leverage to deliver the work that I do, then that's a highly reusable, high efficiency outreach activity. So I was looking at this information that I have on my database, my time tracking system, and I was very happy to see that over the years, I have been engaging in more and more reusable, more and more efficient ways to do outreach, more and more reusable, more and more scalable way to contact and to reach out and to spread my insights, my knowledge, and to align and attract my ideal clients. I'm sharing this message with you because if you're feeling like sales for you is just some kind of a hamster wheel, well, you have to network, and then hope that there will be an opportunity at the end of this networking dance. And you're looking at this pattern and seeing that you're spending so much time, you're draining your energy into these very low, these very unreusable activities, because once you've spent an hour with a potential client, it's gone. You can't reuse it for anything else. It's only for one potential client at a time. So if you feel like it, I invite you to look at all the other reusable and scalable methods that are available to you to do authentic outreach. So let me give you a few examples. I named before writing a book, even a small book. My ebook reads in 13 minutes, my first ebook. You can find it on my website and it's available, and I can leverage it to contact hundreds, maybe thousands of people at a time. Another idea is to engage in regular and frequent publication. I call it meaningful publication. It's part of the meaningful marketing discipline in the canvas that I shared with you. Another example is to teach something at a regular interval. And I say this because for the past 3 years now, I've been teaching on a regular basis. Every month, I put out a course. And that's a highly reusable outreach method, because what I do is that I prepare a piece of content and I decide on a date. I invite people in my audience and I tell them, hey, I'm going to teach this framework. I'm going to teach this idea. I'm going to invite you to a lively interactive workshop. If you have been to these workshops, you know how they are. And out of this, not only do I create a chance, an opportunity to reach out to people, because then I have something new. It's a great excuse, great reason, and a great joy to invite people to my party, my knowledge party, if you will. In other words, in quote, that's a metaphor. So I can use it once and then I record it so I can share it with more folks if they could not attend it. So I scale, I multiply my impact. And notice how I don't wait for paid work, I don't wait to have clients to think that I'm able to impact people. I just go for it. I just think, okay, I'm just going to share my thoughts. I think this is a usable, valuable idea that I've been testing with my business, testing with other clients, and I share it with others. And really, this is the key to reusable and scalable, authentic and meaningful outreach. It's to be generous with your ideas. Give your ideas as a sample of the work you can do with others. Let them experience a moment with you, maybe a set of questions, maybe 1 or 2 exercises during which you're able to show up as you are authentically, impact people with your best energy that day, with your joy, with your candor, with your pushbacks, with your anger sometimes about things you disagree with. That's the name of the game in building a firm with great narrative power. So think about, back to my intro here. Think about how you spend your time developing and marketing your business outside of everything else you do. And also think about the work you deliver, because there is a clear and strong connection between how you market your work and how you deliver it. And look at those activities and ask yourself, what is it that I can reuse? And what is it that has a low reusability rate? It's kind of a complicated term, but what is it that is kind of once and customized so much that nobody else will want it? And that's a very important reflection process that you need to engage in, especially as we approach the end of the year. The next year, 2024, The upcoming year is right around the corner, and those 2 last months of the year, November and December, in terms of energy, have this great ability to invite us to look at what we do, reflect, be thankful for what we've experienced this year, and set ourselves for a better, a greater, bigger, or just as great as this year, next year, if you will. I invite you to look at this and look at what's reusable. Look for efficiencies. See, we are in businesses where we have a lot to do. Even if you have a team, there is so much that you need to be thinking about: marketing and operations and sales and leadership and delivering the work and client satisfaction and innovation, thinking about new ideas and thinking about launching things and publishing your thoughts. I mean, the palette is quite big, and that's why I'm going to show it to you one more time. When I designed the strategic narrative canvas, I built something that is holistic and that brings a sense of organization, a sense of meaning, a sense of peace also in setting, in organizing everything that you have to do in 4 distinct, cohesive, coherent areas. So I invite you to look, if you want to use the canvas, it's available to you. I just shared with you on screen what it looks like. You can also find it at MetaHelm.com. It's right there under, actually, let me go to the website to just show you where you can find it. If you go to MetaHelm.com, you will see here that in the methodology section in strategic narrative, you have this diagram right here. And I have documented it and I put a definition of each of these disciplines here. So that tool, this tool is available to you to carry that reflection, to think about what is it that you do that is one-time use, that is disposable, that will that you customize for one particular project, one particular person, that you use just to launch one thing, and what is actually reusable, what has maximum leverage, what has a greater potential to scale your business. This is fully integral to how you need to think about your business if you want to grow narrative power. As I define it, the skill to the leadership skill to defy the normal when the normal is wrong. Think about it. You're driving change. You're driving change in your market. You're thinking differently with a new perspective, with a different way to think about the work. You're driving change for your clients. You're taking them from point A to point B. This is a change. This is transformation. You're driving change with yourself, upgrading your behaviors, reframing your narrative, moving from fear to joy all the time, dealing with stress, maybe personal questions. If you have a team, you're hopefully building a purposeful team. You're aligning them. All of these activities require a lot of energy, and time is short. You just have a given amount of energy in a given timeline. It is up to you to manage it as a good steward of that energy, just like you manage your budget. Hopefully you manage your budget. It's up to you to organize it. So again, I'm going to repeat myself here in this video. Think about it. What is reusable and what is only one-time use? I hope this helps. As always, I look forward to your comments and questions below this video. And if you have comments and questions about the strategic narrative canvas, please shoot me a note, ask them, and let's engage in this conversation. I wish you the best of luck and a great end of the year and a joyful process in preparing for next year. Thank you so much.